Dave, and Dave is on the air. Howdy, Gophers.
Jersey
Dave.
Dave, saludos del sur. A very cold day on the coast. You can tell I got all the doors closed. It's raining.
How
It's cold
cold is
for
how cold is cold?
yeah.
Cold.
I was just about to say it's cold for here. I got my sweats on, brother.
What's
40
cold here?
degrees.
All right. Nice to see you with some clothes on. All right. A little bit of water.
Tranquilo,
Got
mi
a little
amor.
bit of water
Yes, I got a
myself.
little bit of water.
Got
My
a little
lovely
ocean,
bride
New
here
Jersey's finest water.
whip me up a nice Java, and you're drinking all your A's, B's, C's. Well, I
Getting
got
all your
some
A's, B's, right there in the head of the beer.
Cafe de
Right in the
Colombia,
head of the
mi
beer. All
amor.
your A's, your B's, your C's, all your keratin, all that good stuff.
You.
All right.
She made it strong. Thank you.
How did we do last week?
Well, respectable.
We
Couple of
swung and missed the kickball.
three and two,
Had a
three and
couple
two
close
here.
ones. Yeah. Me, 3-2, 2-3. Yeah,
All
so
right.
3-2 on college. We're back to our 3-2s, which we've been doing pretty much all year. Not bad. Let's see. Could college have been better? I'm going to say no. My two losers were losers. They were straight up losers. My winners, way to go, guys. Vanderbilt came through for us again. We've been riding Vandy all year. They came through for both of us.
They pulled a Vandy.
And we didn't let Tennessee pull a Vandy on Vandy.
Well, Tennessee was winning. I know at one point they were up by 7. That was a crazy
They
game.
were. Yeah, first half of that game
Yeah.
it was looking a little sketchy, but that's Vandy's had quite a few of those games this year. But
Oh yeah,
they are
that
still tough.
quarterback. You never know
Love
what's
that
going to
coach.
happen.
Love that quarterback. That's a fun team. They got to be in it, right? They have to.
I don't know. They who knows?
I know. I don't even know.
I hope so.
Heard you
That
got to be
team
in the
definitely
top 10. I
deserves
think
it.
they
You
are
and
in
I
the top
both
10.
know
They'll
that
have to beat
quarterback.
Tennessee. That helped.
Yeah.
So I
No, they
think
should
they're in
be
the
in it.
playoff. They definitely should be, and they could win it. They could beat any of these teams, as they've shown all year. Even a couple of their losses were pretty tight and were just weird games.
Yeah, correct.
Pros.
The
Could
pros
pros
from
have gone
Dover.
another way? I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe I should have concentrated on the over-unders and pros all year, because I think we've hit every one that we did. I know I was riding kind of Dallas over.
I know you have.
Because every one of the games
Yes.
is going over. And this game the other day, although it got kind of close to the number, which is scary when you think about it, that a game that was that solidly and under really came within 2.5 points of going over. They scored 26-8. When one of your teams only scores 8 points and you still almost go over, it almost feels like it doesn't pay to play unders, especially since the defense can score points themselves, and that's actually what set up a couple of those scores for San Francisco. Uh, Turnovers and weird shit. Unfortunately, our Giants just.
I apologize
Less
to all
said, the
you
better
Giant
about
fans
the
and
Giants.
fans out there.
Yeah, my week was hanging either a positive or a negative on the Giants on Monday night, and oh
But
my
your
God,
Jets,
couldn't have started worse. Oh yeah, Jets came through for me. Might talk about them again a little later. Going to give you a couple
all
of
right.
quick
There's
pick balls for the weekend. There's some
there's
really
a little foreshadowing.
good matchups. One terrific matchup with the team on top of the Premier League is Arsenal. Hard to complain with anything they do. They tend to play boring games, and we'll say that about them. They do just enough to win, and that's the name of the game.
Don't we all?
Aston Villa, who for me last week. Oh my goodness! Well, the other day they had a crazy game. They had a crazy midweek game here where they were losing 2-1, 2-0. Excuse me, 2-0.
2-0. They
Brighton, and
surged
they came
back.
back and they scored 4 unanswered, and they ended up winning the game 4-3. To me, that's actually a little bit of a reason why I like him in this game against Arsenal. One, it seemed like when they needed to muster offense, boy, did they. They're down 2 goals and they're like, okay, we got to get it going, and they got it going, and then some. And against a team, Brighton's having a good season. They're a good team, and they're notoriously good at home. Had not lost the game all season at home for the game this midweek. Anyway, I'm looking at Aston Villa to win the game straight up against Arsenal. I know the draw looks pretty attractive, plus 320, plus 250, but I'm going with Aston Villa plus 320 to put a little bump in the road for Arsenal and continued success for Aston Villa, who have been red hot lately. I know they burned me last week. They won the game. They didn't win the game. I needed them to win the game by 2 goals. They didn't do it. Anyway, they still they won. Um, and again, we'll take any score here. We'll take a high scoring game. We'll take a low scoring game. Um, and Aston Villa can't play both. I mean, they have one of the greatest goalkeepers in the world, the guy from the Argentinian national team, Martinez. So we're going a little well with Aston Villa.
Go a little AV.
Straight up against the top dog in the Premier League, Arsenal, plus 320. You lose a couple of those, as long as you win one of them, you're showing a profit when you get a plus 320. Yes, it's a long shot, but we're going with it. Another bit of a long shot in a game a little later on the card on Saturday is Leeds is at home where they're notoriously tough. I know they were just promoted from Championship League last year, but they're still a tough team at home. Just had a big upset win last week, and they are playing Liverpool at home, and Liverpool is reeling.
Wow.
Liverpool is just they're playing poorly, and yeah,
they're leaking oil.
Playing a team that was just promoted, of course, very one-sided game, very one-sided betting. I'm sure. I'm tempted to take Leeds straight up to win the game. They're plus 310.
That's your team. Them and Sunderland.
I'm going to take the draw.
You're going to take the draw. I'm offering you a draw.
Plus 285 draw, Leeds and Liverpool.
All right.
There you go. We got the villains.
We got the AV. We got the draw.
Leeds and Liverpool.
Real quick, Mr. Guru. What the hell? Huh?
A lot of L's.
Quick.
A lot of L's.
What's going on with Liverpool? What do you think?
They're just. It seems like they sort of got their load last year. I mean, they got back.
It's the same team, right? Or am I missing something?
No, they got some. They spent a lot of money.
Yeah,
they spent a lot of money. They were not bashful. They did not rest with the team that they had. It seems that addition by subtraction by addition. Excuse me. They added some big name players, and they're just not
gelling.
Mixing. They're not.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy, and they just
last year they were a fury. They were a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, they were so tough last year. But really, we talked about this earlier on Day to Day. They started to show signs of weakening because they had the Premier League locked up last year. In those Champions League games in the spring, everybody was thinking Liverpool was a lock. They're gonna beat everybody. It doesn't matter. And they got knocked out relatively early. I think like it was in the round of 8. They didn't even make the semifinals. And that showed something, that they weren't playing as well at the end of last season as they had been throughout the year. And this year they're a mess.
Different squad. Yeah, they look totally different.
All right. American football, this side of the pond, where they tackle each other, and sometimes they get called for a penalty when they shouldn't, and sometimes they don't when they should. American football with these very nebulous rules that we have. I'm getting sick of it. Frankly,
all right. Well, let's keep it positive.
I'm getting sick of it in both college and pro too. I mean, they're screwing up some good college games with some lousy officiating, and this is not sour grapes. There have been some times where I benefited from, where you benefited from, just some atrocious calls. And it's just game in and game out. You kind of wish it would even out in the midst of a game. It doesn't seem to. It seems that one team gets the short end of the stick. Maybe they make it up to them the next week, but that's too late for anybody who has a vested interest in the game.
And we do.
Officiating's awful. The officiating in the NFL,
the vested interest,
so bad, and I still think that they kind of feel like they're a part of the show when they're not. They always say the best official, the best umpire is, you don't even know who the umpire was in that game. It's like, who was it? Well, he was invisible. That means he did his job. That means he did a good job. these guys with the flags. I was watching some game last week where literally 10 plays in a row had penalty flags on it. You can't watch it.
That's a lot of plays
Uh,
to
it's
have
crazy.
a penalty
And
every
boring.
play. Well,
It's boring.
we're still gonna talk about them. We're still gonna bet. If you have to bet, I don't see why you can't just watch them run up and down the
Watch them
field.
play football or watch them kick the ball around. Yeah.
All right, let's
Sometimes I
get
do.
to championship week. I'm psyched. I'm sad and psyched because sad it's coming to a close. Although, bowl fever is going to be crazy. But I was totally bored Tuesday, Wednesday. There's nothing to do. Where's my Mac?
I
Where's my
crossed off it.
Sunbelt?
I crossed off a team that I'm pretty sure you're going to take, so I'm going to make you go first.
All right. And I'm sure you crossed off the Kennesaw.
I did.
Don't cross off Kennesaw.
No,
Trust me.
I still like him, and
I know.
And I would have had to give you would have had to talk about this game because
all right.
if I take
we're going to go head to head. I'm sure at a
up.
couple. I'm glad you're not going against me here.
No.
Lay the 2.5. It's 2.5 now. I had it early at 1.5, but lay the 2.5. Kennesaw State battle for the Conference USA. The Owls, they're out for revenge off a Week 10 loss from the same Jacksonville State, who I fell in love with last year. They did really well for me. Last time they played, 4 turnovers by the Owls. You can't win, right?
What famous basketball player played at Jacksonville State?
Artis Gilmore, the A-Train.
Artis Gilmore.
Number 53,
Best
the
throw.
A-Train for the Chicago Bills.
Ever.
But also he played for who? Kentucky Colonels, right? In the ABA?
Artis?
Yeah.
It was Artis Gilmore and Dan Issel. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes. And they had
Artis, one of my favorites.
Louis Dampier was the guard on those.
Awesome team. Yeah. Louis D.
Yeah,
you and Tommy D. You and Louis D.
Just go in there and do it. Right there. Boom.
But let's get back to the Kennesaw State Owls. In that game, 4 turnovers, 600 yards in offense. Like you said, they waited till they got into the red zone, then they would turn it over. Anyway, tough to beat a team twice, but since Kennesaw State lost, they beat a tough Missouri State squad. I love those Bearcats. They beat a Liberty team on the road and lay the 2.5. They're going to win the crown, the Conference USA crown. Kennesaw State.
All right.
-2.5. Yeah. Who do you like there, brother?
All right. I'm looking on this. We got some Friday action, which is nice. At least you won't have to go through withdrawal all the way to Saturday.
No, I'll have to watch Colombian soccer.
I think this is a fantastic matchup between two teams that we've been on both of them at various junctures in the season. We got North Texas basically traveling to Tulane to play this game. This is Tulane's home stadium. It's one of the reasons why I like them in this game. Some of the things I don't like a team getting points that's ranked higher and ranked higher and playing at home, and they're still getting 2.5.
That's usually the formula for you going against, right?
Tulane, no brain Tulane.
All right.
I'd be on North Texas here because of those 2 factors alone. But I'm going with my buddies, no brain Tulane. I like the home field in this game. We're pretty much just trying to improve our bowl game situation here. Whoever wins this game, North Texas, they win this game and their season with 1 loss. They might actually get a real good bowl game. I mean, sometimes those smaller teams and from smaller conferences get screwed even when they have awesome seasons, but they've had a real good year. But I believe that Tulane rises up, and the wave of Tulane takes down the Mean Green down there in New Orleans. All right.
All right. Well, that would be the Green Wave, right? Against the Mean Green. Is it the Battle of the Green? Anyway, it's a battle for the. Yeah, it's a battle for the pizza. Let's put it that way.
It's a battle for pizza now.
Yeah, you knew I was going with North Texas.
I did.
Although, look at this Tulane squad. I mean, they beat Duke. They beat East Carolina. You know, I love
And
them.
East Carolina's having a good year.
Oh, they came through
Really
for
good
me
year.
last week. You know,
Yeah.
them and BYU with the live bet. Um, and their only loss, other than they lost to Ole Miss, but they lost to a really strong University of Texas San Antonio. That wasn't a bad loss. They have very good offense. Um, but then I jump over to North Texas. Their only loss, and I bet with them against my South Florida Bulls, who kicked ass last week. Um, yeah, that's their only loss, but they put us 63 points against them. Neither team has a great defense. I think Tulane has a better defense, but there's a reason that North Texas is favored on the road, right? That's not my reasoning. I just think North Texas has a better squad. I think it's going to come down. You know, it's going to be a one possession win or loss, and I do like North Texas. We are going for a pizza. Let
Right.
the line be drawn in the
Pizza.
sand.
I'm
Um,
drawing. I'm drawing it.
okay.
Nate Slicer, a real East Coast pizza. I'm
All
looking
right,
for
all right. Well,
Tulane
give me
and
your
North
second
Texas.
pick there, brother.
With Tulane and Texas, I don't know. Maybe it should be a burrito or.
It should be a fun one. Yeah, exactly. Let's do a carne asada burrito con
All right,
todo.
sounds good. All right,
Queso,
moving on. Sticking in.
cilantro,
Well, now I'm moving to the.
salsito,
I'm going to the Northwest is where the
cualquiera.
game's being played, but I'm taking a team from the Southwest. I'm going with the UNLV Running Rebs. They got to go up there and play on the blue field, but they've done it before. They've
Yeah.
been there. They know it. They're in the same conference games. They play up there every other year. I've watched Vegas play a couple times late at night on Saturdays, and I've been very impressed. Their quarterback has got some skills. They make plays, like a lot of big plays too. They run the ball, they throw the ball. They got a pretty dynamic offense, and I don't think this is any kind of vintage Boise State team. I think this line
No, definitely
be
a
a little
different
tighter.
team.
It'd be more of a pick 'em, but
Yeah.
everybody loves Boise, and they do get to play it on their home field here. UNLV doesn't really have fans that travel, unfortunately. You know,
Why
they didn't
not?
even have them for their basketball team when they were the best basketball team in college. Anyway, UNLV on the road, Road Warriors plus 4.5 against a Boise State.
The Warriors. Yeah, those Boise State definitely not the same team as in the past, and maybe that's why the line is like that. I think it should be a lot closer. That's a smart bet, although not in my top five.
Didn't make
My
the cut.
did make the
I
cut.
actually
Well,
took it because I thought maybe you weren't going to play that game. So
exactly. We're
yeah,
looking not to go head to head. You're so
yeah.
right. We could be on the same side in this one. We're a Bronco busting from Western Michigan. They look to avenge another early loss, to Miami of Ohio. I'm not impressed at all with Miami of Ohio. I'm wondering why it's this low of a spread. It kind of makes me scared.
I have a little theory on that, and I did not
Well,
pick this game. I
give
left
me
it
a
to
second
you.
and I will hear
Okay.
that theory. Just give
All right.
me a second. I know you and I both would love to see this MAC conference championship played outdoors. It deserves to be. All
Supposed to
these
be
last
snowing.
4 weeks. Yeah, it's
Supposed to be
freezing
snowing
balls
for the MAC
outside.
championship game.
They strap on the gear, they get out there, they play in the muck and the snow and the sleet, and now they're going to play in a dome. Um, I just like Western Michigan. I think their defense is really tough, especially these last 2 weeks. I actually like that last win. It was ugly, but they beat Eastern Michigan. They played a North Texas squad. They only lost by 3 points. That was, early in the season. Very tough D. The defense wins this one by more than 2.5. Crown them, MAC champs, Western Michigan. We're hoping. Unfortunately, in the dome, but I'll take the W.
And what's the line on this?
2.5.
Most of Michigan's given, right?
Yes, they are.
Here's my theory, short and sweet. People thought Miami was the best team in this conference coming into the season, and they kind of rode. And at the beginning of the year, they beat some of the top teams.
Yeah.
I happen to think the best team isn't in the conference, isn't even in this game. I think Toledo's the best team in the conference. I think they're going to show that whoever they end up playing in their bowl game. Uh,
Yeah,
but I do think the
strong
reason
offense.
why they're giving this line is so low is they're not giving Western Michigan enough credit for, boy, this team can run the ball. They can really run the ball, and they play.
That's a good point.
Perfect combination, especially if this game was being played outside. I would love them, but
Yeah,
fortunately, it's going to be on a fast track inside. That might give them a little bit of a problem with Miami of Ohio. But yeah, I think you're on the right side there with Western Michigan. But look out for Toledo in their bowl game, whoever they play. They're gonna put a hurting on a big boy.
thank you for that theory. Oh, grasshopper.
Yeah, we should. Everybody, Miami of Ohio. At the beginning of the year, I was looking at the conference predict, and everybody had
Oh
Miami.
yeah,
Wow.
and they burned me early. You know, and they got quarterback issues. They really do. All right, let's move on. You're up, Kimosari.
Okay, I'm moving on. We talked about this game, and I'm just going with the fact that there's one monster line on the board this weekend, and I think it's just because Texas Tech is going to handle BYU. I was down on BYU for most of the year, and
Yeah, you
it
were.
cost me a couple times. They played some people tough, but not these guys. This Texas Tech is a different animal. I think they really kind of showed that. West Virginia was no great shakes this year. Okay, I get it, but they were playing much better at the end of the year, much better than get drilled 49-0 or whatever the hell it was that Texas Tech just did to them. Uh, yeah, I think Texas Tech took their one loss real hard, and they've been beating the crap out of people. And then they had the one game where they were behind by a zillion points, and they had to come flying back and win it. And they're capable of that. I think that BYU's weaknesses get exposed here. I do think they have a really good tailback, and if they want to stay in this game, they should just feed him the ball. But the more they rely upon this freshman quarterback, I think it's going to hurt them in this game with this team, Texas Tech. Ton of speed on both sides of the ball, and that's where BYU is going to get exposed. They don't have the same kind of speed that Texas Tech has. I look for Texas Tech to hit a lot of big plays and to be there on defense and not allow many to BYU and to handle that. This freshman quarterback likes to run, and he's a good runner. I don't think he's going to be doing a hell of a lot of effective running against Texas Tech. So I'm taking Texas Tech minus 12.5 over BYU.
Well, wow, is it down to that? Wow, it's 11.5 here. It's not one of my picks, but your synopsis there is right on. They spent a lot of money in in the NIL in the offseason on defense. And that's why they're putting up all these points, because they have great field position. And they could have killed BYU by even more because they settled for field goals during that thrashing. I like BYU. I've bet on them a couple of times. They saved me last week, being down 14-0. I loaded up on their live bet. I got them at even money. I got them at 3.5. I got them at 6.5, and I even won the minus 17.5. They came back and crushed. That was a huge W for me. But Texas Tech is I picked them a long time ago to be the champs. So I'm with you on that one, although not on my picks.
They might have a chance at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dukies, and I think you like them. I don't know if one of your picks. We're getting +4. Check the line on that one.
Yeah, I got 4.
Okay, Dukies +4.
What's the Florida half-point line?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm getting 4.5, but I just wanted to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it out there.
Buddy. Take that half.
All right, I'll take the half. I just know that this is a tight spread, but I'll take the 4.5. They're looking to avenge a loss, against the same Virginia 3 weeks back. Duke's no slouch. They beat Clemson. They beat Wake last week convincingly. Their offense is cooking. And I don't know. Virginia didn't look so good against Virginia Tech, who's terrible. Saw them in person against Florida State. They looked a little sluggish.
I kind of feel like Virginia peaked when they beat Duke.
Yeah. Take the points. This, ACC championship is not so much this year. And look for the Dukies to show up in Virginia.
I'm with you on that one. Pick again.
All right. I'm picking again. And is it the last pick?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're definitely going to throw a slice in there because I was saving this one. We're taking the Georgia Bulldogs. I know you like Bama. And yeah, I don't see Bama beating Georgia twice this year. This is a different defense. Look at the last two games, what Georgia defense did. Just hold on to the football. I think it's going to be a battle of the turnovers. Whoever has more turnovers will lose. I think Kirby is up for this. He's up for this classic battle here. Bulldogs, lay the points. There's a reason you're laying points. Number 3.
Yeah, played in Atlanta.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's a good point. This is not a home team.
They've
This
had
is not a
that
home game
advantage
for
in a
Bama.
few of these SEC championship games over the
It's
last
going to
10
be a
years.
tough one.
Kind of annoying.
I know it's not I'm not running to the bank on this one where I would be with Western Michigan and Kennesaw, my two favorites. But I'll finish up the Dave and Dave College with Georgia -2.5.
Roll out the mozzarella. Roll out the delicious Neapolitan style crust. I'm going Bama.
I know.
Got to pick this game. It's a tough call. It's a really tough call. I do kind of like the reversal on the previous game theory. You can see that so many times in the history of college football. But a couple times teams have played for the second time for everything, for the national championship, and it often goes the other way from the first meeting. Wow, one thing that I really didn't take into consideration is, boy, I like your coach a lot more than mine. That is one thing that has really kept Georgia at the top, even when some of these seasons they haven't really had fabulous teams. I mean, I'm sticking with. Well, I have no choice. I'm sticking with Alabama +2.5. But
You've got some choices. There's some other games out there.
Georgia. Nah, we're done.
You can make it a slice. I thought you would go with your Troy. What happened to Troy? Poor Troy.
No. I didn't take that game at all. That's all. There's a reason why James Madison is favored by 23.5. They're probably going to smoke those guys.
All right.
Anyway.
I respect that.
All right.
All right. Let's get over to the pros. The pros from Dover. Start us out because I know you got some Thursday night madness.
You got anybody on Thursday?
I do not.
I do.
I know you do. Lay it on us.
All right. I'm gonna do this quickly because we only got 10 minutes.
All right.
Dallas. Everybody's in love with Dallas now, and I get it. They just beat.
You're in love with Dallas.
That were in the Super Bowl last year. They just beat them. Yeah, they just beat them. And sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You said everybody's on Dallas.
Here's the thing. Look at that. When the last team that Dallas lost to was the Arizona Cardinals. And that was a game that
we both had the Cardinals.
Pushed them around and kicked their ass in Dallas.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Arizona came into that game on a 5-game losing streak. 5-game losing streak. Beat Dallas in Dallas. And since that game, they lost 3 games in a row. Now, I know what some people are going to say is that Arizona is the hard luck loser team of the year. Yeah, but they keep losing. And Dallas ain't all that. They're not all that. They're down 21-0 to the Eagles at halftime. I don't know what happened in that second half. I honestly don't. I don't know what happened. And I don't know what happened to the Kansas City Chiefs this whole season. But, they keep falling a little short. They had a couple of decent performances. But other than those, it's been pretty lackluster all year. Detroit, a little bit on the ropes here at home. Their offense against this defense, I don't see how Detroit doesn't just roll up and down the field all night, all night, all night against these guys. They've been playing a little bit better lately. I think it is more who they were playing in the second half of that Eagles game, and then just Kansas City's offense in general seems to be sputtering. I'm taking Detroit -3.5 over the Cowpokes tonight on Thursday night football. Right.
You'll have to look it up, but the Lions' record, one loss and against the spread after a loss at home,
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's very strong. So, all right. I know we're under the gun for time.
Yeah,
I'm going to stick. I'm going with my Brownies. I think I went with the Browns at least 2 out of the last 4 weeks or whatever it is. I'm laying 4 against the mighty Titans. I don't know. Nobody might score in that game. It could be a 6-3 game.
One under 30, under
34. Oh my God!
Yeah,
lay the 4. Browns defense. Cam Ward has no answer. Trust me. As long as Shador, can just bide his time. Don't hold the ball with one hand. Be careful of those fumbles. Lay the 4. Browns at home against the Tennessee Titans. Battle of the BAD. Bad NFL teams.
And with a total that low, it's kind of hard to lay points because it's going to be low score. But anyway, hopefully Cleveland can get.
Titans don't score. Period.
Yeah.
Either do the Browns. So
we'll see.
Score less.
All right. Moving on. I am going with the hot team against the team that they looked good last week, but it was against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I've been trying to tell everybody all year they're garbage. Taking the Cincinnati Bengals because they are rejuvenated. They are reborn with their quarterback, with their man, with their leader, Joe Burrow. I know it sounds crazy, but they look like a different team with that guy playing quarterback. They really do. So I'm taking Cincinnati plus 5.5 against Buffalo on the road. But let's see.
Keep rolling, bro. Keep rolling. Joe Burrow is the difference. Joe Burrow. That's a 3-4 point spread that should not be 5.5. Take the 5.5. I'm with you on Cincy on my second pick. Who's your third pick, brother?
All right, the third pick is going back to the well. They got it done for me last week. Not exactly in convincing fashion, but they did get it done against a team that's kind of similar to the ones they're playing this week. So I'm taking the green and white. I'm taking the New York Football Jets plus 2.5. One of the reasons why I'm taking them is they're getting 2.5 points.
Yeah.
How Miami is laying points to anybody on the road?
Because Miami had such a strong win last week.
Come on, so are the Dolphins. We might get a little bit of crazy weather, which is never good for the mammals when they travel up the Gulf Stream up north, up here to the Meadowlands in the swamp.
They don't play well at the Meadowlands, do they?
2.5. Jets haven't beaten anybody in the last 10 years.
They don't play well.
Kind of sad.
All right.
Jets are horrible. They are horrible. They're the worst team against the spread over the last 10 seasons, I believe, and I believe they're the worst team at home also. But this is more predicated, not so much an endorsement of the Jets with Tyrod Taylor at the helm. This is an indictment of the Miami Dolphins, who are a garbage team. And I think the Jets, they've won 3 out of 4 games, which is better than most
they have.
in this league.
Very quietly, they've won.
3 out of 4. All
right. Speaking of horrible, and speaking of NFL horrible, quarterback horrible, but I'm going with them. I got more guts than sense. I'm going with the Falcons, the Falcones. Who? The Falcons? Just lost to the Jets last week.
Lost to the Jets.
Why aren't they double-digit dogs? I don't know, but I don't know. What line do you have? I got 7.5, but I'm laying 15. I think it's 7 there. Would that be correct for DraftKings?
I don't know. I haven't.
Okay.
I didn't look at this game, to be honest.
No worries. I'm taking the Falcons plus 7 at home against the Seahawks. Call me crazy.
That's 7.
Well,
I'm not getting a lot for some reason.
no worries.
Them, but they're not coming up. So
Keep moving. We'll jump back to that.
all right, we got to because we got no time left.
Moving
on, clash of the AFC Titans, or at least teams that people thought were going to be good. Maybe this would have been a better game a couple of years ago. Houston traveling to Kansas City. Well, one is a Dean Martin song. The other one is Wilbert Harrison, also actually recorded Kansas City first. But the Beatles did it. Bruce Springsteen used to play at concert. I'm taking Houston plus 3.5. I'm looking at a team that's
Houston
against a team that is really struggling, and I know it's hard to fathom, but Chiefs just aren't getting it done. And Houston, you say what you want about their offense, that defense is for real. This could be an under game. This game, the Kansas City's defense hanging in there against the so-so Houston offense. Maybe I should have gone under here, but I'm taking the plus 3.5 against Kansas City, and we're getting down there to like a 2-minute warning here, buddy.
All right. Well, you're going to pick again. I love the Texans here.
Oh,
3.5, and I love that under. Man, I love it. For all that's a sneaky under. I don't see Kansas City doing anything against that team. So go ahead, pick again.
Kansas City game in the last since Mahomes has been the quarterback, it's hard to make their total too low.
Yeah.
But when they get down there close to
their
40,
offense.
There's a reason for that. And you might get a little bit of weather there too as well this week. So
all right, last pick for the NFL. The pros from Nova.
Going with the big game on Sunday night. Taking the LA Chargers against the aforementioned Philadelphia Eagles, who I think are a little bit screwed up right now too. Just think the Chargers are in a dogfight in their division. Got two good teams out there, and hey, it's a home game. Doesn't matter who you're playing. Happens to be the Eagles. Let's take them. Taking the Chargers plus 2.5 over Philly.
Nice. I'm leaning that way myself on Monday, but I'm going with the Battle of the Midway. The green and gold over the monsters of the Midway of the past. Packers laying a huge line at 6.5. Why?
There's a reason.
Because they're going to stuff the Bears. They're going to stuff them. The Bears party. The party bus is over. Get back
on. Let's high five on that one.
Yeah.
Signing off. Dave and Dave. Yes. All right.
Only winners.
Green Bay over the Bears is the last pick. That's the one to take to the bank. That's Monday night?
No. It is not Monday night.
Sunday night?
No. It's a Sunday day game.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, brother.
Still saying we have time. So let's just chat for a little while. Anyway, you're saying less